Welcome to the Technical Feature Enablement video for compliance monitoring. This feature is now in public preview as of the 2025 08.1.0 release, also known as the 2025 Summer release. This video reflects OneTrust's current expectations for product capabilities, but dates and features may be subject to change and should not be relied upon when making purchasing decisions. Let's get started. Many of our customers rely on OneTrust as their consent management platform, or CMP for short. They use OneTrust to manage user consent for data collection and processing, particularly in the context of digital advertising and compliance with privacy regulations. In general, CMPs are crucial for ensuring that businesses comply with laws like the GDPR and CCPA by allowing users to control their privacy settings and consent to data usage. So, where does compliance monitoring fit into a CMP? Compliance monitoring is a CMP native interface that continuously analyzes your website scans to identify privacy compliance issues based on geolocation and regulation. While OneTrust has historically discovered new cookies through recurring scheduled website scans as part of the CMP, compliance monitoring goes a few steps further by scanning for gaps between your CMP implementation and regulatory guidance. Compliance monitoring gives teams an automated, daily view of privacy risks, grades and prioritizes guidance to remediation, and gives teams an advantage by proactively identifying compliance issues before they escalate into significant risks. By automating the monitoring process and tying that together with recommendations, organizations can ensure they remain compliant with evolving regulations, thereby reducing the likelihood of penalties and enhancing trust with customers and regulators. To use compliance monitoring, your organization needs to be on OneTrust's new licensing packages for CMP functionality. Additionally, as compliance monitoring is still in public preview, you must contact your support representative to have this enabled in your tenant. Also, some prerequisites must be in place for appropriately licensed customers before the compliance monitoring dashboard populates. First, a CMP banner from your tenant must be published on the websites you're scanning, and you must have at least one successful scan completed. Additionally, if your website uses bot detection tools or similar functionality, you may need to allow the compliance monitoring scanning IPs to your safe list. You can find the list of scanner IPs on My OneTrust. With these prerequisites in place, we can look at compliance monitoring in action. If you browse to cookie consent in OneTrust, you'll see a new page for compliance monitoring in the navigation bar. If you click this, you'll see our first iteration of the compliance monitoring dashboard. At the top, the compliance monitoring page shows your letter grade rating, which is an average of how many checks passed or failed across all websites and frameworks. This provides you with a quick view of your potential exposure so you can prioritize your need to remediate any potential issues. Below the letter grade is the list of the violations that we've found via scanning and potential fines associated with that violation. Clicking into a specific violation triggers a slide out with more detail about when the last scan occurred, the specific regulation verbiage, and our suggested best practices in order to remediate or resolve the issue. If you close the detail view, there are a few more items to call out. First, we also provide filtering capability for the list of unresolved violations, both by the specific scanned website and the specific framework. In this demo, for example, I can select to view violations specific to the OneTrust website. Alternatively, I can filter by a specific framework, such as the Brazil General Data Protection Law. I would also like to mention the list of regulatory frameworks we're scanning against. Clicking on any of the frameworks, such as the California Consumer Privacy Act, provides a screen detailing all the specific checks we're making as we scan your websites. We've also categorized these checks, such as checks against GCM versus the banner or your specific implementation. This new functionality helps surface potential violations and provides the guidance you need to bring your web properties back into compliance. Thank you for watching this video about the new compliance monitoring feature for OneTrust. We hope it was helpful and informative. Please see the additional videos on My OneTrust covering the new features in other product areas. If you want more details about the 2025 summer release or what's going on with the product, be sure to check out the OneTrust Talks Tech podcast.